So do you want to add a deeper level to your yoga practice? Maybe you've been practicing yoga for a while. You may have heard your yoga teacher, either online or in person, ask you to set an intention, but you were not sure exactly what to do. My name is Bart and I'm a yoga teacher. In this video, I want to talk about how you can use intentions, and at the end of the video, I'll give you a few examples of intentions that you can set. So setting an intention is a very simple but powerful tool to elevate your practice, to deepen your practice and add another layer, which can help you on your journey of personal growth, of healing, of acceptance. So personally, I've been using intentions almost in every class that I either do myself or that I teach to my students. And the reason for doing so is that intentions have really helped me in my path of personal growth, in terms of healing, in terms of processing, and in terms of accepting. And so that's what I really want to share with others as well. An intention is a tool that we use in yoga for presence. We use it to find focus. And some other tools that we commonly use for focus and presence is breath work, so pranayama, and sometimes also dristis, so having a focus point throughout your practice. So an intention is a great way to get the most out of your time on the mat, and will also set some powerful plans into motion. So intentions are the desires that we have, that we set into motion through the words we speak, through the actions we take, such as moving our body, and the thoughts we think. In Sanskrit, it's referred to as sankalpa. So it's the process of setting an intention. You may find it being similar to setting a goal. So it is and it isn't. And the difference here is that with a goal, you have a very specific end state that you want to reach. So for example, I want to meditate 3 times this week. So that's a very specific goal, and you can check that off by the end of the week to see if you've reached your goal. With intention setting, however, it's more that you bring up a specific topic, a person, and as you go through your practice, you will focus your attention on that, and you will start moving and sending some energy into that topic so that you can, for example, get clarity on it. So why do we set an intention? So as a yoga teacher, I practically in every class prompt my students to set an intention. And the reason for doing so is that not only does it help you focus, it does help you stay connected to the practice, but it will also, like I said at the beginning, it also gives you the ability to add another layer to your physical practice. When we start moving the body, we let energy flow through our body. So sometimes if we have a blockage somewhere, we can resolve this blockage through moving. And this can give you insight, this can give you clarity, or this can give you closure on the specific intention that you had. And personally, I always use intentions when I practice myself, because I noticed that it helped me in my journey of healing. And I always turn to my practice when I'm feeling overwhelmed or when I'm feeling great. And setting an intention before the class, before I start to move, really makes it that much more effective. So on one hand, if I'm struggling with something, if I'm overwhelmed, if I'm feeling a lot of stress, then I go set an intention to, for example, calm down, stay really focused on my practice. And on the other hand, if I'm feeling really grateful, if I'm feeling really happy, then I can dedicate this practice to either myself or maybe to someone else. And this really reinforces that good feeling that I already have. So when we set an intention is usually at the beginning of the class. The way I do it in my classes is I give my students a few minutes to arrive on the mat, let their body, let their mind adjust, focus on their breathing. Then once they've settled in, I give them time to set an intention. So most of the times, if I have a specific theme for the class, then I make sure the suggested intention is in line with that theme. Say, for example, love or acceptance. Of course, you don't have to set an intention. It's all based on whether you want it or not. It doesn't make you a bad yogi. Your practice isn't worth less if you don't set an intention. It's just your personal opinion. Many things that can be an intention. I think practically everything can be an intention. So the most common things are words, are phrases, are mantras. You can also work with colors, with a sound, or a specific feeling. For me personally, I always words or short sentences, because I found that that just works best for me. So you can choose the intention based on what you want to get out of it. So a few common types of intentions or examples of intention is to show gratitude, to stay focused, it is to check in with yourself, be really aware of your body, or that you want to let go of something. If you're just getting started, then you might start with to be very focused and very present on your practice. Just focus on your breath. Maybe that's good enough. Then as you have more practice, then you can start playing around with other types of intentions and see what really feels good for you. So a few examples of intentions that you can set for your class. So a few examples of intentions that I have used in the past. You could send love and gratitude towards a person that you love. When you do this, you can visualize the face of that person in your mind, and you can repeat the name. Another one is, as I mentioned before, staying focused on your breath. So really becoming aware of your body. Another one is to have some fun. This is one I used not too long ago in one of my classes. Yoga doesn't have to be so serious, so you can have some fun, and if you dedicate your practice to having some fun, if you have the intention to have some fun, not taking yourself too seriously, then you'll see that there's more room for you to play around and make some mistakes, maybe lose your balance. You can be grateful for your inner strength. You can focus your attention on your chakras. So for example, on your root chakra, and then you can visualize the chakra itself. You can visualize its associated color. You set the intention at the beginning, then you start to move. Then what I usually like to do is remind them of their intention, usually when they have a resting pose. So for me, that's usually halfway throughout the class. And then I gently remind them to come back to their intention. If you, for example, dedicated the practice to someone, then you can visualize that and the person's face again. You can repeat the name, and then already some of that energy, some of that prana that has been built up into your body, you can send that into that direction. And you really set yourself up to put more focus on it when you're going through the other part of the practice. And then another good time to come back to your intention is at the end of your practice. So once you've finished all your movements, you may go into your shavasana, and then once you get out of your shavasana, you can take a couple of moments sending some gratitude towards yourself for practicing. And then you can also come back to your intention one last time, integrating everything and all the energy that's been building up. You can decide to leave it there, or maybe you want to take some of that energy off the mat and into the world, that you can take some of that, for example, fun or some of that gratitude throughout the rest of your day. So setting an intention is a very simple but powerful tool to elevate your practice, to deepen your practice and add another layer, which can help you on your journey of personal growth, of healing, of acceptance. There are various types of intentions. You can use words, you can use colors, you can use phrases, anything that feels good for you. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to set an intention. I think the important thing is that you check in with how you're feeling and what you want to get out of your practice. That is the end of the video. If you've liked the video, then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and then I see you next week. Bye bye.